In March 2014, the Community School of Auchterarder carried out a survey with our local community. We involved parents, families and our wider community in general through both online surveys and face-to-face pupil interactions with people in and around the High Street over a number of weeks. Here are our findings and a brief summary of what we intend to do as a result of the data we've collected. The first thing we looked at was our image. The feedback in general is very positive, with well over half of those agreeing that the uniform is better than it was previously, and only 15% with the impression that our pupils are untidy. Over half of those surveyed would like to see the whole secondary school in blazers. Of the remaining half, most of them had no real preference. Only 1 in 5 did not wish to see all blazers in the secondary school. Almost half thought our image was just fine, still leaving half of those surveyed thinking that there were improvements yet to be made. Next, we asked about our pupils' behaviour. This was overwhelmingly positive, with 88% of the community putting our pupils in the top half of the bracket. However, our pupils' smoking was a significant issue for many. On to communication. The majority reported that this area had improved lately, yet almost half thought we could be getting even more information out to our community. We will be putting strategies in place to address that. When asked about interaction with the community, 72% put us in the top 3 categories, so there's still some work to be carried out there, and around half would like us to strengthen our links with the older folk in the community. Around half of those surveyed have indicated that they would like to attend an open afternoon to visit the school and see what we get up to. Finally, we asked how happy in general people were with what was going on in our school. We are happy to report that 79% placed us in the top 3 categories. Still room for improvement, of course, but a pleasing statistic nonetheless. We also asked a number of very open questions which were much more difficult to quantify in graphs and charts. The quality of the feedback we received was fabulous, and we've examined every one of the comments to identify common themes and trends of opinion and build them into our plans for improvement. The data in its entirety has been passed to the school group working on our values, and they will be rolling out further improvements throughout 2014 and 15. However, here's a brief summary of what we've learned and what we will be doing about it. By and large, people in our community regard our pupils as generally good-natured, polite and courteous. However, smoking and the use of inappropriate language is a concern for many. We will be reiterating the importance of taking our place in the community and respecting others throughout the coming assemblies. We will also be working with partners from out with the school to help get this message across. As always, our personal and social education programme will continue to emphasise the dangers of smoking and its antisocial impact. Whilst it has been agreed that those of our pupils who wear appropriate uniform are looking very smart, we still have a way to go with some who are continuing to wear items of clothing that are not part of the uniform. We will continue to encourage those not complying through a range of in-house strategies. As well as continuing with the communication tools recently put in place, we will expand our repertoire of media outlets and include regular items in local newspapers. We plan to involve local journalists to assist us in the creation of a journalism group that will regularly generate news content for local and national press. The observations on our staff as a team were overwhelmingly positive, with many commenting on the commitment, dedication and passion that our staff show for our pupils. There were, of course, some suggestions for improvement, and we will be moving to address these in the coming year. There were a great many ideas on where we could improve a number of areas throughout our school, and we are passing these on to the most relevant staff members and leaders of working groups to find out which are manageable and appropriate to put into action. Finally, we've had some very generous offers of support from a number of our members of the community who would like to give of their time to come into school to support our learners and our staff. For this, we are very grateful. We would like to thank everyone who took the time to complete our survey and provide this incredibly valuable feedback which will allow us to move our school forward. We acknowledge that we cannot action every suggestion nor address every issue. However, we hope to address some of the most commonly held of them in the coming year. Thank you again for your input. We look forward to welcoming you into our school soon.